Good evening, everyone. I'm Virginia Tishner, Festival Director for the West Coast Ragtime Festival. For those of you joining us, we're about to start our final program for today, Sunday, and for the entire 2021 West Coast Ragtime Festival. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to this year's online version of the festival. Here's a message from West Coast Ragtime Society's Vice President, Robin Dravon.
Hi everyone, I'm Robin Dravon from the West Coast Ragtime Festival Board. We are dedicated to the promotion and preservation of ragtime and vintage American music. This 35th annual festival is brought to you by the West Coast Ragtime Society and supported by donations from listeners like you. Please feel free to show your appreciation to these fine musicians through your donations. Thank you. Here's how you can support the musicians featured in the 2021 West Coast Ragtime Festival. As a nonprofit, tax-exempt 501c3 corporation, we welcome your donations, which will support the musicians featured all weekend. There are 3 ways you can donate to the West Coast Festival Ragtime Society. First, you can donate through PayPal. You can get there through the West Coast Ragtime website membership donation page, or by going directly to PayPal and putting West Coast Ragtime in the send. You can also make a donation by credit card over the phone. Please call 415-891-3096 to donate using a credit card. Our festival staff will be available throughout the festival weekend, during the broadcast, in between our live broadcasts, and 1 hour after our live broadcasts to accept your donations over the phone. That's Friday, November 19th from 3 to 9 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, November 20th and 21st from noon to 9 Pacific Standard Time. And finally, you can make a donation by mailing a check to the West Coast Ragtime Society, P.O. Box 13346, Sacramento, California, 95813. And once again, thank you so much for your support.
For those of you joining us for the first time, we're about to start with our 3rd program for today, Sunday. Here's the Sunday evening concert, broadcasting on Sunday, November 22nd, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Sit back and enjoy these amazing performers and Master of Ceremonies, Frederick Hodges. Take it away, Frederick.
Welcome, my friends, to our concert today. You're in for a treat that will start right away. But first, I should say what a thrill and a pleasure it is to present you this musical treasure. The top names in ragtime will dazzle and glisten. They'll fill you with joy as you watch and you listen. Our musical show will begin with a man of whom I am honored to say I'm a fan. His singing and playing are always top-notch. You'll dance in your chair as you sit here and watch. He's one of the sweetest and kindest of gents. He's seen round the world at the finest events. His concerts are fun, like a day at a playland. So please help me welcome Mr. Carl Sonny Leyland.
All right, now a piece by one of my heroes, Cow Cow Davenport. This is the Atlanta Rag. I believe Cow Cow recorded it circa 1929, but it was based on an earlier ragtime composition called the Trilby Rag. Here's a thing I've been playing for quite a few years, actually. I just started revisiting it maybe about a year ago. And I haven't come up with a title for it yet. I can't think of a good one, and I don't want to settle for something that I'm going to be stuck with. So for now, we'll just call it The Unnameable. Hopefully that doesn't make anyone think of H.P. Lovecraft. I'm going to play an improvisation on the tune There'll Be Some Changes Made. It was written in 1921 by Benton Overstreet and Billy Higgins. Here's one of Charles Daniels' numbers from 1927, Chloe, the Song of the Swamp. Many years after that, it was covered by a great jazz trumpeter called Jonah Jones and played with a feel that at the time they called afterbeat, which isn't a million miles away from the kind of boogie-woogie that I play. So let's see how I do with it. here's a tune that I first learned sitting in with a jazz band in Southern California. There was a group down there called Grimoli, and they would come up with a lot of great old tunes. This was one of them. It was written in 1903 by William Jerome and Gene Schwartz. It's called Bedelia. You so well, I'll be your Chauncey Alcott if you'll be my Molly O. Well, say something, sweet Bedelia. Oh, your voice I'd long to hear. Oh, Bedelia, Elia, Elia, I wanna steal you, steal you, steal you, steal you, steal you, Bedelia, dear.
For sheer classy artistry, Carl gets my vote. And now it is my honor to proclaim a pianist and composer of renown. Larisa Migachyov has won a name as Ragtime's leading exponent, hands down. Her masterly approach to composition infuses all her pieces with pure splendor. Let's welcome to the stage a great musician whose rags are joyous, gorgeous, sweet, and tender.
Hello and welcome to my set at the online West Coast Ragtime Festival. I'm thrilled and honored to be included, and I'm very grateful to the organizers for including me in this wonderful lineup. This is actually the 15th anniversary of me getting involved in ragtime. Exactly 15 years ago, I saw a flyer on the bulletin board in a grocery store in San Antonio, Texas, advertising the San Antonio Ragtime Society. I went to one of the meetings and fell in love with the music and made so many new friends, and 15 years later, here I am. I'm going to play for you a whole bunch of pieces written by me, but I am actually going to start out with a piece not written by me. This one is called Chicken Chowder by Irene Giblin, who wrote it in 1905 when she was about 16 or 17. It's just such a happy tune. I love it. So Chicken Chowder by Irene Giblin. piece I'm going to play is actually my latest composition. Warren Jennings commissioned me to write this piece for his wife Tomoko's birthday, and so I did. Happy birthday, Tomoko, again. Her birthday was actually October the 3rd, but here is Cherry Blossom Rag. I'd like to play another piece not written by me. This one is called Kinklets. It's one of my favorite rags, written by Arthur Marshall in 1906. So the next song I'm going to play for you is another composition of mine. I wrote this in about 2008. This one is called Breadcrumbs. before I play my last tune, I would like to thank the organizers of the festival again for including me in this lineup. It's a wonderful honor to be part of this. I'd like to conclude my set with another commissioned piece. This one was commissioned by Mimi Blay, who is a friend and a teacher and a mentor and who has been just wonderful to me. She was in 2013 teaching at a kids' summer camp, and she wanted me to write a tune for the kids to play as their final performance. So I decided to make it a very, very happy rag for the happy kids to play. And the summer camp was in a place called Metabechuan, which is famous for its blueberries. So here is the blueberries of Metabechuan.
Thank you so much, Larisa Migachyov. You have not only stirred my soul with your beautiful compositions, you have influenced my dinner menu. I saw the best minds of my generation captivated by ragtime, sated, joyful, beautifully dressed, dragging themselves through the ragtime festivals at dawn, looking for a happy fix. Angel-headed music lovers burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo in the machinery of night. Craig Ventresco and Meredith Axelrod in their finery, wide-eyed and happy, sat up strumming in the supernatural darkness of cold water flats floating across the tops of cities, contemplating ragtime, who bared their brains to heaven under the shadow of the Golden Gate Bridge and saw ragtime angels dancing on North Beach roofs, illuminated, who passed through universities with radiant, cool eyes, hallucinating images of late 19th century string ensembles and Joplin-light triumph among the scholars of love. I'm with you in ragtime, where Craig Ventresco and Meredith Axelrod strum on lively guitars, The soul is innocent and immortal. It should eternally thrive in a glorious howl of syncopated merriment.
Hello. We're grateful to be part of this show and to take a...
And part of the earth.
Yeah, part of the earth is always nice. We're here to take a page from the book of Ragtime here.
That's the Book of Ragtime?
It is. I finally got a
You
copy.
You found it!
This is a very rare copy of the book of Ragtime. And they also sent this at the same time. And they sent this. So I thought that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
The book of Ragtime. And in its pages, first we're going to play Something Doing. Next in the book, we have, yes, Way Down Yonder in New Orleans.
In the Book of Ragtime. Let me see that.
There you go. Don't lose my place in the Book of Ragtime. I'm up to 1907. Sorry. I just was reading about, well, it doesn't matter.
Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. Wow.
Yeah.
It says not enough people sing the verse.
Well, you ought to sing it.
Well, I oughta.
Why, I ought to.
Guess where do you think I'm going when the nights start getting long? Guess where do you think I'm going when the wind starts blowing strong? I ain't going east, I ain't going west, I ain't flying on a cuckoo's nest. I'm bound for the bound, I love best where life is one sweet song. Way down yonder in New Orleans, in the land of dreamy scenes, there's a garden of Eden, that's what I mean. Creole babies with flashing eyes, softly whispering tender sighs. Now, why don't you give your lady fair a little smile? Stop, you bet your life you'll linger there a little while. There are angels right here on earth wearing little blue jeans, way down yonder in New Orleans. Guess where do you think I'm going when the nights start getting long? Guess where do you think I'm going when I'm thinking all night long? I ain't thinking this, I ain't thinking that, I ain't thinking about your hat. Well, my heart don't start to pitter pat unless I hear this song. Way down yonder in New Orleans, in the land of dreamy scenes, there's a garden of Eden, that's what I mean. Creole babies with flashing eyes, softly whispering tender sighs. Stop, don't you give your lady fair a little smile? Stop, you bet your life you'll linger there a little while. There are angels right here on earth wearing little blue jeans, way down yonder in New Orleans. The orange blossoms, sweet aroma, and the strains of La Paloma seem to put you in a coma when the shadows play. Again I see her reach Reno, dance the you know what I mean. Oh, she can shake her tambourino. So I hear folks say, way down yonder in New Orleans, in the land of dreamy scenes, there's a garden of Eden, that's what I mean. Creole babies with flashing eyes, softly whispering tender sighs. Now, why don't you give your lady fair a little smile? You bet your life you'll linger there a little while. There are angels right here on earth wearing little blue jeans, way down yonder in way down yonder in New Orleans.
Well, Meredith is adjusting the lighting. I'll take this opportunity. Oh, there you are. Well, I'll say it anyway. We play shows regularly on Facebook under Meredith's name, Meredith Axelrod, and on YouTube, also under her name. We play often, at least 4 to 5 times a week, and we have been playing like every night. So please
played
join
every
us.
night for 570 nights. since
But
the
who's
pandemic
counting?
began. When the pandemic started, we lost our gigs. Everybody lost their gigs, and so we took
So we took them. We took a gig for ourselves on Facebook.
yeah. So we've been broadcasting every night for the past like 580 nights or something. By now it'll be like the past 600 nights.
Anyhow, join us.
We'll have well over 600 shows online on Facebook and YouTube.
That's crazy. Well, please join us if you can. We always would be happy to have you with us.
Yeah, more than.
Here's something from the Book of Ragtime's musty, dusty pages. Something's gonna happen around down in the barn of Farmer Brown. So come along, Hiram, and come along, Bill. Gosh, we won't get home until the wee small hours of the morn. And there ain't been no no such like since you were born. At that Reuben Tango, husk and bee, wee! Jiminy by cracky Johnny, get your hair cut, get ready, bring along a pair of tango shoes. Let the turkeys be forgotten, we'll do all the turkey trotting. Lock the hens and roosters in the barn, wee! There'll be broilers pretty coming from the city. Farmer Brown came from town and he brought a load of chickens down to dance at that Reuben Tango, husk and bee. Let the turkeys be forgotten, 'cause we'll do all the turkey trotting. Just lock the hens and roosters in the barn, 'cause there'll be broilers pretty coming from the city. And Farmer Brown came from town and he brought a load of chickens down to dance at that Reuben Tango, husk and bee. Ezra's got his fiddle all clean and Zeke's gonna play on the A4D. Timothy Hayseed's gonna insist that you strap your timepiece to your wrist. They do say, and still I don't believe, that'll wear his red bandana on his sleeve. Yes, he will. At that Reuben Tango, husk and bee, wee! Jiminy by cracky Johnny, get your hair cut, get ready and bring along a pair of tango shoes. And let them turkeys be forgotten, 'cause we'll do all the turkey trotting. Just lock the hens and roosters in the barn, 'cause we'll have broilers pretty coming from the city. Farmer Brown came from town and he brought a load of chickens down to dance at that Reuben Tango, husk and bee. Everybody at that Reuben Tango, husk and bee, wee! Jiminy by cracky Johnny, get your bib cleaned, get ready and bring along a pair of tango shoes. And let them turkeys be forgotten, we'll do all the turkey trot. Just lock the hens and roosters in the barn, wee! We'll have broilers pretty coming from the city. And Farmer Brown came from town and he brought a load of chickens down to dance at that Reuben Tango, husk and bee. Well, we have a couple more tunes for you in the book, from the Book of Ragtime, and this one is by Harry Austin Tierney, and it's called the Cabaret Rag. last song in our little set, which we're happy to have been asked to do. We're going to play Silver Heels featuring Meredith on bells, or Glock. I'm going to play the Glock, right?
Orchestra bells.
The bells.
They're similar.
Thanks very much for listening. Perhaps someday you yourself will want to pick up a copy of this rare book. I got this copy on eBay.
1, 2, 3.
confident the little book of ragtime held by Craig contains important lessons, crystal clear instead of vague. To mesmerize your audience, you don't need magic spells. Just spice your music up a bit with Meredith's orchestral bells. Our next performer is the famous maestro Bryan Wright. His ragtime playing scintillates and fills you with delight. A noted scholar, festival director, and composer, he has a cute and cuddly baby daughter, and he shows her. His record label, Rivermont, is known throughout the land. His CDs, LPs, and 78s are always in demand. Before we welcome Bryan Wright to liven up our broadcast, I want to take a moment to remind you of his podcast. Shellac Stack is its name, and here he features a selection from his priceless, rare, and tuneful 78 RPM collection. So put your hands together to applaud this ragtime star. Let us sit back and enjoy his smart and clever repertoire.
Hi there, and welcome to Pittsburgh. My name is Bryan Wright, and this is my daughter Kiki, and we are so pleased to be here with you today as part of the West Coast Ragtime Festival. My thanks to Virginia Tishner and the board of the festival for inviting me to participate this year. And I'd like to play some tunes for you in this next 20 minutes, and I think Kiki would like to listen along and munch these cookies. So I'm going to start with a rather odd piece, a piece by a guy named Teddy Hahn, who, if he's remembered at all today, is best remembered for the Amazon rag. But this is a rather peculiar one that he wrote with the title of Hinges from about 1907 or 1908. Hinges is the title of this thing, subtitled The Rag with the Swing. So to start us off, Hinges. And there you have Hinges by Teddy Hahn. Well, next up, I'd like to play a piece by the king of ragtime himself, Scott Joplin. This is one I've always liked for its lyrical qualities. It's a very pretty one. It's called Searchlight Rag, and the cover depicts a pair of crossed searchlights with what look like stars in the sky. However, it's more likely that those stars are actually glitters of gold from a gold mine in Nevada that Tom Turpin was part owner of and that Scott Joplin knew about. So they would shine these searchlights down in the mine looking for gold reflecting on the walls. So here is Searchlight Rag. Up next, I have what I think is a very pretty piece by Tom Shea, who started composing ragtime in the 1960s and was at it up until his rather untimely death in about 1982. He wrote this piece in the late 60s, and for reasons I don't know, he called it Corncracker Rag. I think it's a very pretty piece. He played it rather up-tempo, somewhat jauntily. I like to slow it down just a bit. I think it brings out some of the hymn-like qualities of the melody. I hope you'll enjoy Corncracker Rag. I think we have time for one more tune. And this is going to be one of my favorite rags to play from 1899, written by Charles Hunter out of Tennessee. This is the rather rowdy and rollicking, I was going to say rousing, but rowdy works as well, rousing and rollicking tune called Tickled to Death. And I like to play this one at a bit of a quick clip. I hope you'll enjoy it.
I think that I shall never see a babe as cute as Miss Kiki. She steals each scene where she appears. She'll be around for many years. Our stars had better up their game, or Kiki's star will eclipse their fame. Although Kiki has got many old-time stars shaking in their boots, there are none so safe as those ragtime czars, Brian Holland and Danny Coots. The crowds all adore them. They're showered with praise. Their rhythms roll, rattle, and shake. Even hipsters go for them in Brooklyn cafes. You'll love how they jazz up Swan Lake. I'm so proud to bring forth on our virtual stage these two paragons of wholesome propriety. One can easily tell why they're still all the rage. It's their novel approach to sobriety.
Hey, tell them about this tune.
Okay, I will. This is a tune that was written in 1916
Yes.
by the great Joseph Lamb.
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 Lamb. It has got a B.
Yeah,
It
but
ends with a B.
it's a silent B.
No, I don't think so. That doesn't make any sense. Joseph Lamb. I suppose you're going to tell me the PH is an F. That makes about as much sense as lamb without the B on the end. That doesn't make any sense. Even if it was 1916.
This is Top Liner Rag.
I love this next tune.
Yeah.
This is by Robin Frost.
Oh, yeah.
And Robin spent a lot of time in Santa Barbara, California, and Brian and I were just on tour over the month of August in Santa Barbara. It's one of the places we played a concert.
It's true. Could have walked on the same hallowed ground as Robin Frost.
Absolutely. And we certainly have when we've played the Sedalia Festival, Scott Joplin Ragtime Festival, because he was a regular there before either one of us played there.
Yeah.
But this is great, and this is, he wrote this in honor of what my wife does when I go on the road. It's called Space Shuffle. And she takes all of my stuff and she puts it in a closet or back in my drum room, and my space is usurped.
Not entirely sure that's why he wrote the tune.
I think he
but
probably did. Space Shuffle, that's what happens to me every time I leave town.
we'll go with that. Here we go. This is Robin Frost's Space Shuffle. So this next tune we're going to do is one that I wrote.
It's about time.
Thank you. It's a rag that I wrote back in 2015. It was originally commissioned by Arvid Johnson for his 50th wedding anniversary, originally titled Song for Marcia. And if you look it up, you'll notice that the traditional flower for a 50th anniversary is a violet.
Violet?
Violet,
I thought it was violent wedding. I thought this was like a Tennessee shotgun wedding. I thought this was like a rough crowd kind of thing. That's what I was thinking. It's not, it's violet?
Violet, yeah. It's
that changes.
Purple flower, yeah.
I'm going to be playing this tune totally differently. You thought I was playing it kind of bombastic before.
Let's try to keep that to a minimum. Yeah.
So it's about a flower.
Yeah.
Oof. Oops. Oops.
Here we are. Violet Wedding.
I can't wait to do this next tune. I love this tune. It's something we've just come up with.
Yeah.
I had mentioned that we were on tour, and during a sound check, we just came up with this. Tell them about this. Tell them about
This
it.
is one of the oldest songs we play.
It is.
It really is. It's back from 1876-ish, I think.
75, 76,
Yeah.
yep. By a fella who spelled his first name. I mean, it's Peter, but it's spelled
Piotr.
P-Y-R... P...
P-Y-O-T-R.
O-T-R.
Piotr.
What the heck is that?
Yeah.
It's like spelling Fluffy, P-H-L-O-U-G-H-E-E.
Kind of, sort of. Last name wasn't any easier. It was Tchaikovsky. What? Tchaikovsky.
No, it is Gesundheit. No, Tchaikovsky.
Ah,
That's right.
that's a whole lot easier.
And
to
there's
say.
all sorts of intrigue, and you've got an evil sorcerer who comes in and turns this young lady into a swan. I mean, if I had a nickel for every time that happened to somebody in my family.
Or seen it happen. Holy cow.
Oh, I know. Holy cow. Holy.
Swan.
But anyway, and the guy falls in love with her because she's not just a swan. She turns into a human at night, and go back and they fall in love.
It's
and
like
then
Shrek.
it's a lot like Shrek.
Yeah.
But it, like all Russian stories, everybody you end up liking dies, and they hang out in this lake that's made from this young lady's mother's tears. What the heck is going on here?
I don't know.
This is entertainment.
Well, we hope so.
It's
This was actually based on. We based our version on an Eddie Condon,
Right.
and his All Stars version of this, which our buddy Mark Capra introduced us to.
That's right.
And we just love the tune. So here's our version of Peter Tchaikovsky's
I got to go that much now.
Swan Lake.
Thank you, my friends, for watching our show. I trust you enjoyed it immensely. Our artists are grateful much more than you know for your kindness. We thank you intensely. The great performers presented in this year's online version of the West Coast Ragtime Festival are being compensated solely by the donations from viewers like you. After recovering the production costs of this year's festival, the remaining donations received during the weekend will go to the musicians. There are 3 ways for you to donate to West Coast Ragtime Society. First, you can donate to us using PayPal. You can get there from the West Coast Ragtime Festival donation page, or by going to the festival's page on PayPal. You can also make a donation to us by credit card. Please call 415-891-3096 to donate using a credit card. Our festival staff is available throughout the weekend during our live broadcasts, in between our broadcasts, and 1 hour after our broadcasts to accept credit card donations over the phone. That's Friday, November 19th, 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, the 20th and 21st, noon to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Lastly, you can also mail us a donation by check to the address displayed here. All this information is also available on the Facebook and YouTube page for each concert. We greatly appreciate all your support.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this weekend's online West Coast Ragtime Festival. West Coast Ragtime Society and all the musicians thank you wholeheartedly for all your support. We hope to see you in person next November 2022 back at the Marriott in Rancho Cordova. Follow updates about next year's festival on our website and on our Facebook page. Be safe, everyone. See you next year.